Right now at noon, we explain Joplin's award from a private auditing organization.
And after a foggy start and even some showers for some of us, we're clearing out and will be much warmer today ahead of incoming thunderstorm chances. The latest on your forecast coming up.
And what a line for the new Whataburger in Joplin, but neighborhood residents hope this is just a temporary inconvenience.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A school bus carrying the Mount Vernon High School baseball team crashed last night just after leaving Seneca, where they played a district game. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. The crash was about 1 mile south of I-44 in the Joplin city limits on Highway 43. Missouri State Highway Patrol troopers tell us the 30-year-old bus driver, Kyler Schaff, of Mount Vernon experienced a medical emergency. The bus left the roadway at highway speed, striking a culvert, then becoming airborne before crashing down into a ditch. There were more than 24 students on board the bus, but only one 16-year-old boy was transported to an area hospital with minor injuries. The driver suffered from minor injuries as well. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
We had a few showers and some dense fog for some of us this morning. A look from the Skywatch Storm Tracker earlier this morning showing those showers. Had a few thunderstorms out west that kind of tried to work their way in. But our bigger concern is going to be with development that's going to take place across the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma into southwest Kansas later this afternoon. And that will eventually roll into our area this evening and overnight and bring us an opportunity for strong to severe thunderstorms. Again, some fog, some clouds this morning across the area, but that began to clear out, of course, as the morning progressed. Started yesterday at 57, made it up to 75, so right about where we're supposed to be for this time of year. Temperature trend here, we're almost average. We've been pretty close. Average high 77. We haven't been that far off, but as we head into Friday, we're looking to be maybe a little bit cooler out there. For the rest of our evening, initially we're going to be partly cloudy, and then by 8 o'clock, those thunderstorms start to roll into our western counties, and they'll continue overnight as well. And between 8 and 2 a.m. is going to be our best window for strong to severe thunderstorms ahead of more storms on our Friday. We'll make it back down to about 66 by midnight. We're going to talk more about those thunderstorm chances and what we're looking for tonight, Thursday, and Friday, and how that weekend is shaping up with a full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Voters in Bourbon County, Kansas yesterday passed a plan to help establish and operate a new emergency department in the county. It comes after Ascension Via Christi closed its ER in Fort Scott late last year. It implements a new quarter-cent retail sales tax to fund the proposal. That tax will take effect on October 1st and remain in effect for 5 years. A state audit of Joplin's financial records continues despite high marks on a separate audit. The ongoing state audit is the one that was prompted by a citizen's petition last November. And the award is for a separate annual audit by an independent auditor, and that's required by city charter. For 33 years, the Government Finance Officers Association awarded the city of Joplin with a certificate of excellence in financial reporting. The city says the goal of the independent audit is to provide reassurance and transparency to citizens.
People understand, number one, that our financial information is being audited by outside independent people. It's also being reviewed by outside independent agencies to make sure that that our audit and our financial statements meet the standards that are set for government.
Again, the audit demanded by the petition is still underway. The state's auditor's office has told us previously that audit was to begin in February. We reached out to the office yesterday to get an update. We have not yet received a response. The new Whataburger in Joplin opened its drive-thru this week to avoid traffic on Rangeline. The drive-thru line is currently being directed to the neighborhood behind the restaurant. KOAM's Fernanda Silva spoke to residents to get their reaction.
Crazy. They were lined up from the restaurant all the way to the first section up here. Lots all day long.
Dina Hill lives behind the new Whataburger location. On the opening day of the restaurant, her street got busy.
I didn't mind it. I mean, no, I thought it was fine.
He shares her perspective with one of her neighbors, Brett Hoggy.
It doesn't bother me. I'm sure it bothers some of our other neighbors where their driveways are blocked, but our driveway isn't blocked so we can get it in and out, so it doesn't bother us.
Whataburger says they will address the concerns of locals.
During our higher traffic times, we'll make sure that they'll kind of split the cars apart so that they can get out of their driveways.
According to Whataburger, having drive-through traffic coming from a residential street is a temporary solution, and soon that will be moved to Range Line.
Whataburger always reaches out to the community before we open a restaurant, and we talked to the Joplin Police Department, and we had to make a decision as to what the best traffic pattern would be so that we could not hinder traffic.
Joplin Police Department says Whataburger hired off-duty officers to work an extra duty assignment at their location, and part of their duties is to oversee traffic congestion. According to the PD, their patrol and traffic divisions may assist if needed.
They just make sure that everyone knows which direction to go so that they're not confused, and also so they're not stopping out front and hindering the traffic that's on Range Line.
Meanwhile, neighbors get to watch the influx. Hill was so impressed with the traffic that she posted pictures on her social media.
My cousin replied on my comment and my picture, and he said, that's a Texas thing. I said, well, now it's a Joplin, Missouri thing.
In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Currently, Whataburger only offers the drive-through option. Dining room and curbside services will follow in a couple of weeks. Coming up, 3 Joplin nonprofits receive $130,000 in grant money. And later, we're making Tutti Frutti Ambrosia in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Freeman celebrated future leaders yesterday with 8 graduates of its Freeman Aspiring Leader program. The program allows accepted Freeman applicants to learn and pursue leadership roles with Freeman. Each applicant had to come up with a project and then develop and research all areas of implementing it. The applicants wrapped up their projects with a 20-minute presentation to the other participants, supervisors, and leaders
that we see leadership potential in. So giving them some resources, more education, different opportunities to advance their leadership skills. So in the event that there is a leadership position open that they would maybe be qualified for or would be a good fit for, it kind of gives them already that head start to know some of those pieces about maybe finances, budgeting, human resources.
The Freeman Aspiring Leader program ran 8 months from September of last year to yesterday. The Joplin Regional Community Foundation yesterday donated $130,000 to 3 area nonprofits. The money comes through the foundation's Philanthropic Society. The Joplin Police Department, Creative Learning Alliance, and Watered Gardens each get at least $30,000. The JRCF says grants like this are all part of its mission.
Why we exist. We're here to make the community better and help our nonprofits. We have about 65 nonprofits that have funds with us. We have a total of about 160 funds. Some of those are donor-advised funds and other types, but these agency partners that we have, the nonprofits, are very important to us, and it's very important to us to try to help them.
Since the first grants in 2019, the Philanthropic Society has awarded more than $1.1 million to nonprofits serving Joplin, Webb City, and Carl Junction. Well, Pitt State is almost set to begin construction on its new soccer pitch. The all-turf pitch will be built on the field between the Weed Gymnasium and the University Lake by the Gorilla Walk Path. It will be built in phases, starting with the turf and equipment. Then future additions will include a press box, lighting, fencing, and seating. Officials expect it to be ready in time for the start of the women's team's first regular season game this fall. They will host 9 home games in the first season. Here's something you don't see every day. The Girard High School seniors prank their government economic teacher, Jeremiah Hudson, by camping out in his yard overnight and into the morning. They wanted to do this not only for a last bonding experience, but also to show appreciation for their teacher.
I mean, I didn't care. I was just sleeping. Everyone else was screaming and stuff, but I was keeping my quiet over there sleeping.
So last night, my tent, we stayed up all night and we just kind of had a good time. We reminisced on some stories throughout our years at Girard, and it was just...
Some students spent the night or showed up around 2 or 3 a.m. to prank their teacher. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
The great debate on whether this is a side dish or a dessert is still going strong. I'd love to know what you think.
And we're tracking thunderstorm chances tonight. Some of those could be strong to severe. The latest on your forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So again, we had a few showers. We had some dense fog this morning, cloudy skies across the area. All of that clearing out, giving us the opportunity for some strong, potentially severe thunderstorms as we head into the overnight hours tonight. So those showers and storms again from earlier on their way out. A few other thunderstorms tried to develop, dying out in our western counties as well, as you can see on the Skywatch storm tracker. We also had to contend with some dense fog out there this morning. So a look from MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line this morning, that fog began to improve, but at some points you couldn't see much beyond the traffic light here. And down in Neosho, that dense fog settled in a little later in the morning and managed to last a little later into the morning as well. Our camera on the Cornell complex, again from this morning, those cloudy skies, the fog, all of that burning off as we head for a warm day. Unfortunately, we're setting up the stage for this threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. So across parts of Kansas and Oklahoma, we have that low to elevated tornado risk out there. A broader area of Kansas and Oklahoma in a low to elevated risk for large hail. But the bigger concern so far from these storms tonight seems to be the risk for strong damaging wind gusts. As you see, we have low, elevated to enhanced areas out there, and this covers up most of the area with those hash marks in parts of Elk, Chautauqua, Montgomery counties, indicating the possibility for damaging winds 70, 80 miles an hour or greater with some of these storms. And our severe risk will continue into our Thursday. At this point, it is a low end risk. So strong to low grade severe thunderstorms with the possibility of some large hail and damaging winds as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then Friday, we don't have any severe areas highlighted, but we're still going to be continuing with scattered storms as we head into Friday. Let's take a look at the rest of the afternoon. Again, partly cloudy skies, maybe a stray shower or two out there. And then by 5, clouds begin to increase, and by about 8, that's when we get these thunderstorms start rolling in here into southeastern Kansas. So here we are at 10 o'clock with this complex continuing to overspread the area overnight. So again, the better opportunities for strong to severe thunderstorms will be between about 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. Then we'll see some light showers, light thunderstorms, and as we head towards sunrise Thursday, another batch of thunderstorms, and they'll have that opportunity to be strong to low-grade severe. Then throughout our Thursday, we're mostly cloudy. We're going to warm up a bit because these storms are going to be scattered across the area, but the storms that we do see as we head through the afternoon and into the evening on Thursday could be strong to low-grade severe. And again, that threat will continue into our Friday and start to ramp up again Friday with additional scattered showers and storms. So for the rest of today, we're warmer, upper 70s, low 80s, partly cloudy, east breeze about 5 to 10. Then we'll have those thunderstorm chances increasing. Strong to severe thunderstorm possibilities. Winds shift out of the south after midnight at 5 to 10. Lows back into the low 60s. As we head into our Thursday, again, scattered storms. Some of those could be strong, a little bit breezy. Southwest winds 10 to 15, gusting to 20, and highs similar to today, upper 70s and lower 80s. And then our weekend looks good. Once we get through these thunderstorm chances through our Friday with that low pressure system, take a look. You can see where it's situated by Friday evening. It'll start to roll out of here and take those storm chances with them. So that means our weekend so far looking pretty good. Sunny skies, upper 70s, low 80s. Next week will be even warmer, mid 80s, but we also have thunderstorm chances virtually every day next week as well. But of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on our severe threat as we head into the evening hours tonight.
Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making Tutti Frutti Ambrosia in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Howard is showing us the recipe for Tutti Frutti Ambrosia in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
As the weather's starting to warm up and the official start to grilling and picnic season is just a few weeks away, I thought it was the perfect time to share a recipe that is bright and sunny, It's ambrosia, and it's a dish that is often the center of debate. Some folks think that it's a side dish, while others insist it's a dessert. Either way, it's downright tasty, and it goes together like this. We place a couple of eggs in a double boiler, or if you don't have one, you can simply place a heat-proof bowl over a pot of simmering water. Now to that, we add some vinegar and sugar and whisk it until it starts to thicken up. Then we take it off the heat and stir in some butter before letting it cool. Once it's cool, we fold it into some whipped topping. And after it's mixed, we stir in some pineapple, cherries, mandarin oranges, coconut, and mini marshmallows. Try not to overmix it so the fruit doesn't break up. And whether you serve this as a change of pace side dish or as a refreshing dessert, everyone will go back for more. It's really that good. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our Tutti Frutti Ambrosia, so you'll have a new side dish or a dessert to serve all summer long. I'm Howard with Always Hungry Kelly from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go on over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, we've got that possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms roughly between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. across the area. More thunderstorms Thursday, some strong storms possible as well, still warm. More scattered storms Friday, clearing out this weekend, looking great. Warmer next week. We also have increasing thunderstorm chances next week as well.
We're not rid of the rain, but the weekend looks great.
Yeah, that's something to look forward to anyway, huh? Saturday and Sunday.
So. Yes, certainly so. And what do you have for us tonight?
Well, a lot's coming up at 5. For starters, drowning deaths are on the rise after declines for decades, according to a new study from the CDC. We're going to see how parents are taking extra steps to prevent a tragedy from happening in their family. Plus, Crawford County residents are getting access to mental health mobile services. And the city of Galena, Kansas prepares to kick off the Route 66 Centennial celebration as they reveal a new sign for America's Main Street. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dow. Well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll, of course, see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.